Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Thank you so much for joining us here for this special day at the Kennedy Center Millennium stage. You are in for an amazing treat. Teddy Abrams is one of our favorite collaborators. He has brought with him an amazing team of artists for you tonight. Morgan James is one of the greatest singers of her generation, equally at home in the worlds of the Great American Songbook and the virtuoso vocal works of the man whom we are celebrating today, Leonard Bernstein. Please join me in welcoming the artists of our 100th year celebration of Leonard Bernstein.
And danger waiting in it beneath the Broadway lights, but we've hair on our chests, so we'll be like the best of the night. Lights, New York, New York, a hell of a town. The Bronx is up, but the battery's down. The people ride in a hole in the ground. New York, New York, it's a hell of a town.
So many, so the guidebook says. I promised Daddy I wouldn't miss any. So we just one day to see all of the town, right from Yonkers on down to the Bay. In just one day, New York, New York, a visitor's place where no one lives on account of space, but 7 millions are screaming for space. New York, New York, it's a visitor's place.
Manhattan women are dressed in silk and satin, or so the fellas say. There's just one thing that's important in Manhattan. When you have just one day, gotta pick up a date,
maybe 7
or 8 on your way. In just one day,
New York, New York, a hell of a town.
The Bronx is up, but the battery's down. The people ride in a hole in the ground. New York, New York, it's a hell of a town.
It's so great to be here on the 100th birthday of Leonard Bernstein. Let's give it up for Lenny. And we're here at the Kennedy Center, where when this building was opened, Leonard Bernstein's Mass was premiered just in the Opera House over there. So there is a feeling of great weight and significance, a kind of spiritual moment right now, because we are celebrating a person who was so transformative in all of our lives. What we do as musicians up on stage is actually, in my view, possible because of the gifts and the beliefs of Leonard Bernstein, a man who, of course, was an incredible conductor, of course, an incredible composer, an incredible educator, but was a true person of the world, somebody who believed that the sharing of music, the sharing of this great language which knows no boundaries and connects all people of all backgrounds, that language deserved to be heard by absolutely everyone. And he lived that spirit. And by living that spirit, he made it possible so that great music, great art allows us to communicate freely, allows us to connect with each other on this level that we're doing right now. And so I feel tremendously indebted to Leonard Bernstein. I actually never got to know him, sadly, because I'm only 31. But I wish I could have. But what's really weird about Bernstein is that his music is so incredibly personal. There's so much of Lenny in all of his music that you feel like you actually have a relationship with him whenever you perform it. You feel like you're conjuring up that kind of boundless spirit that we know is Leonard Bernstein. Every time you hear a song like the one that you just heard, New York, New York, to the most spiritual of his compositions, you know it is absolutely authentically him. So we are tremendously honored to be here, standing in this building that we know he stood in the day that it opens, and to share this music with all of you. So thank you all so much. And now I'm going to turn it over to my dear friend and collaborator, and we've been performing Bernstein. I know you've heard a lot of Bernstein here. There's never too much Bernstein, but we've been performing lots of Bernstein for years. This is the incredible singer, Morgan James.
Thank you so much. That was, of course, my friend and collaborator, Teddy Abrams, everybody. Before they go away, I want to introduce my beautiful singers that are singing alongside of me. Amber Iman is one of my favorite singers in the world. And she's going to be heard this upcoming season on Broadway in The Secret Garden, so if you can catch that before she gets that Tony. And then this handsome gentleman right to my left is Michael Maliakel. And I just wanted to say a couple words about, I wanted to sing a song from the Bernstein Mass, which is one of my favorite compositions ever, and I've had the pleasure to be in 5 different productions of the Bernstein Mass. I'm going for a record. And like Teddy said, you know, the opening of the Kennedy Center, he wrote Mass specifically for the Kennedy Center, so it feels so very special to be here and celebrating him and singing music from Mass. I just finished a production of it at Ravinia in Chicago, and every single time it's completely different. It's almost inexplicable. It's so huge. It's got a full orchestra. It's got a full gospel choir. It's got a children's choir, soloists. It's got a celebrant, a marching band, and it just brings together everything that Leonard Bernstein loved. And he was so quintessentially American in the way that he brought together every single genre and every single idiom of song. So we should all be so proud to be celebrating him today. So this is from the Bernstein Mass, and it's called Simple Song.
there's something due any day. I will know right away, soon as it shows. It make 'em cannonballing down from the sky, gleaming its eye, bright as a rose. Who knows? It's only just out of reach, down the block on a beach, under a tree. I got a feeling there's a miracle due, gonna come true, coming to me. Could it be? Yes, it could. Something's coming, something good. If I can wait, something's coming. I don't know what it is, but it is gonna be great. With a click, with a shock, phone'll jingle, door'll knock. Open the latch, something's coming, don't know when, but it soon. Catch the moon, one-handed catch. Around the corner, whistling down the river. Come on, deliver to me. Will it be? Yes, it will. Maybe just by holding still, it'll be there. Come on, something, come on in. Don't be shy, meet a guy, pull up a chair. The air is humming, and something great is coming. Who knows? It's only just out of reach, down the block on a beach. Maybe tonight, maybe tonight, maybe tonight.
You're the only thing I'll see forever. In my eyes, in my words, and in everything I do. Nothing else but you, ever.
And there's nothing for me but Maria. Every sight that I see is Maria.
Tony, Tony.
Always you, every thought I'll ever know. Everywhere I go, you'll be you and me.
Tonight, tonight, it all began tonight. I saw you and the world went away. Tonight, tonight, it's only you tonight. What you do, what you say.
Today, all day, I had a feeling a miracle would happen. I know now I was right, for here you are. And what was just a world is a star tonight. Tonight, tonight, the world is full of light, with suns and moons all over the place. Tonight, tonight, the world is wild and bright, going mad, shooting sparks into space. Today, the world was just an address, a place for just a world is a star tonight. Good night, good night. Sleep well, and when you dream, dream of me.
I want to introduce the guys over here. Well, Jeremy Kittle, he just left, but Jeremy Kittle on violin, one of the absolute great fiddlers, classical fiddlers, you name it. Mr. Harrison Hollingsworth on the bassoon and the violin. Nathan Farrington on the bass and surprises. Gabriel Globus-Honig on drums. We put together our group as something that hopefully Lenny would be excited about. All kinds of musicians from lots of different backgrounds. Actually, all of us do things that are way outside what you might call kind of our normal classical life. All of us play lots of different styles of music, compose music ourselves, all of us arrange. And these are all things that Leonard Bernstein did. Bernstein was famous for, of course, being a great composer, but he was a jazz pianist. He was an aficionado of the most kind of cutting-edge contemporary music being written during his lifetime. He loved that as much as he loved Bach. He was incredibly pluralistic. He loved absolutely all kinds of music, and that spirit of making it and creating it is something that we're trying to experience here. So everything that you're hearing tonight was actually just created up in one of the rehearsal rooms the last few days. They're all completely new arrangements of Leonard Bernstein's music. This is totally made just for you, so I'm really glad you're all here. And the next piece is the craziest of our transcriptions. It is a piece by Aaron Copland called El Salon, Mexico, which is one of Copland's first populist orchestral works. When Copland was very young, he was writing music that was wonderful, but a lot of people thought was way too out there and modern. Then he started writing populist music like El Salon, Mexico, which drew from material that he thought people would connect with. In other words, music that we listen to all the time. And one of the very first professional assignments as a composer or arranger or anything like that for Leonard Bernstein was a commission to turn this piece, El Salon, Mexico, into a piano piece. So Leonard Bernstein had just become acquainted with Aaron Copland as a 22-year-old, and his first big assignment before he had his famous conducting debut at the New York Philharmonic, that famous one when he stepped in at the last minute, long before that, he was asked to take one of the most promising and exciting composers of the early part of the 20th century, Aaron Copland, and take this very populist piece and turn it into a piano reduction. So what we've done is, in that spirit, taken the Copland piece that Bernstein turned into a piano version and recomposed it for our own instrumentation. A strange ensemble for which nothing is actually written, because nobody would dream to write for the bass, bassoon, violin, drum set, and piano, and possible other things. So anyway, this is in the spirit of Leonard Bernstein, our version of El Salon, Mexico.
has the time all gone to? Haven't done half the things we want to. Oh well, we'll catch up some other time. This day was just a token. Too many words are still unspoken. Oh well, we'll catch up some other time. Just when the fun is starting, comes the time for party. But let's be glad for what we've had and what's to come. There's so much more embracing still to be done, but time is racing. Oh well, we'll catch up some other time. Be glad for what we've had and what's to come. There's so much more embracing still to be done, but time is racing. Catch up some other time. Oh, well, we'll catch up some other time.
That was the beautiful Amber Iman, Some Other Time, and that's from On the Town, which Bernstein wrote. It has lyrics by Comden and Green, and it's just one of the best musicals there is, and the best words. And there's one more song we'd like to play from On the Town, and it's called I Can Cook Too.
On top of the rest, my seafood's the best in the town. Yes, I can cook too. My fish can't be beat. My sugar's the sweetest around. I'm a man's ideal. to the Demitasse. I'm a pot of joy for a hungry boy. Baby, I'm cooking with gas, so I'm a gumdrop, a sweet lollipop, a brook trout right out of the brook. And what's more, baby, I can cook. Some girls make magazine covers. Some girls keep house on a dime. Some girls make wonderful lovers. But what a lucky find I make a magazine cover. I do keep house on a dime. I make a wonderful lover. I should be paid overtime, 'cause I can bake too. On top of the lot, my oven's the hottest you'll find. Yes, I can roast too. My ribs get applause. My gravy will lose you your mind. I'm a brand new note on a table d'hôte, but just try me a la carte. Walk around until you get your fill. Baby, you won't know where to start. Oh, I'm an hors d'oeuvre, a jelly preserve, not in the recipe book. And what's more, baby, I can cook. Some girls make wonderful jivers. Some girls can hit a high C. Some girls make great taxi drivers. But what a genius is me. I make a wonderful jiver. I also hit a high C. I make the best taxi driver. I rate a big Navy E, 'cause I can fry too. On top of the heat, my Crisco's as deep as a pool. Yes, I can broil too. My chickens just ooze. My lamb chops will cause you to drool. I'm a man's ideal of a perfect meal, right down to the Demitasse. I'm a pot of joy for a hungry boy. Baby, I'm cooking with gas, so I'm a pate, a marron glacé, a which you will wish you had took. And what's more, baby, I can. What's more, baby, I can. What's more, baby, I can cook.
Little did I know when I came to the Kennedy Center I'd get to marry the girl of my dreams.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna do One Hand, One Heart from a West Side Story. It's the sort of intimate scene where they're pledging their lives to one another. So we thought we'd bring out an acoustic guitar. Make of our hands one hand, make of our hearts one heart, make of our vows one last vow. Only death will part us now.
Day after day.
About a round of applause for these amazing musicians here on stage. It's a real honor to get to perform with them. Thank you to Morgan and Teddy for having me. I was thinking back to the last time that I was in Washington, D.C., and incidentally, it was when I was proposing to my now wife. So I have very fond memories of this town. We went to school just down the road at Georgetown, and it's an honor to be here performing for you all tonight. This next tune is from Bernstein's musical adaptation of Peter Pan. It was a song that sadly was cut from the show, sort of Wendy's love ballad to Peter Pan. We're going to do a little gender bending here. I'll ask you all to use your imagination. Or if you want, you can just picture me in Wendy's nightgown. So whatever gets you through a little love ballad here. This is Dream With Me. Dream with me tonight, tonight and every night, wherever you may chance to be. We're together if we dream the same sweet dream. And though we may be far apart, keep me in your heart and dream with me. The kiss we never dared, we'll dare in dreaming. The love we never shared can still have meaning. If we only dream a magic dream with me tonight, tonight and every night, wherever you may chance to be. Close your lovely eyes and dream with me. The kiss we never dared, we'll dare in dreaming. The love we never shared can still have meaning. If we only dream a magic dream with me tonight, tonight and every night, wherever you may chance to be. Close your lovely eyes and dream with me.
We have a few more songs for you, but I just wanted to say there's nothing that Leonard Bernstein would love more than this Millennium stage, and thank you to the Kennedy Center for having us and making music available every single night for free. I think that's what Lenny would want on his birthday, so thank you all again for joining us. I just want to introduce these musicians once more. On the drums, Gabe Globus. On the bass, Nate Farrington. Harrison Hollingsworth on Various. Various. Jeremy Kittle on the violin. And our fearless leader, Teddy Abrams on piano.
My world is dust now, and all I loved is dead. Oh, let me trust now in what my master said. There is a sweetness in every it must be so. It must be so. The dawn will find me alone in some strange land, but men are kindly. My master, and he must know.
We've got one more song for you here. We're so, as I get, again, it's just kind of overwhelming. I don't get all that excited about birthdays usually, but I woke up today and you couldn't help, as a musician who does what we do, you open up your web browser and you see on Google that Leonard Bernstein is right there, and you start thinking back to all of our own lineage and what we were about to do tonight. My teacher studied with Leonard Bernstein, so I feel like I'm his grand student in a way, if that's such a thing. Although everybody traces their root to Beethoven anyway. But the fact is that there is this very personal connection, and the kind of excitement about this performance was building all day, and the weight and the understanding of Bernstein's gift to us, and we wanted to finish with the absolute perfect piece that sums up his philosophy, that sums up the spirit of music making, and that sums up the power of what it is he believed music could do for the whole world. He really believed it maybe, as he said, couldn't change events, but it could change people. And I don't think there's a better piece that can kind of bring us all together than his wonderful Make Our Garden Grow. So please join me in welcoming Morgan, Amber, Michael, our incredible band, for the final work. Thank you to the Kennedy Center for being a leader in arts, in music, and making it available to absolutely everyone, as Morgan said. I agree, Lenny would be very, very happy if he was here today. Thank you so much.
And so have I, but come and be my wife, and let us try before we die to make some sense of life. We're neither pure nor wise nor good. We'll do the best we know, and let us try before we die and make our garden